Today I took two trades, one loser and one winner. This one was kind of in my plan, but not really. I was trying to play a continuation off of something that was kind of part of my plan, so it was twice removed from my plan. And then this one was technically my plan, but I think I kind of got lucky on that one. So yesterday there was a little rally, and then it kind of fizzled out after a pre-market rally. So pivots were all bullish. Higher relationship on CPR and overlapping higher on cams, but I never closed above R1 here, so we're still in a downward trend, is what I was saying. And then here, there's a high volume node ledge here, lower ledge there, and then there was this higher ledge, high volume node ledge, around 6610. And then there was this lower ledge at 6579. So my plan today was to mainly short this level here at value area low all the way to yesterday's low. And I added in a 6610 level and made it a little ledge zone here. But it was to short that area and then long here or at L3 or at demand. Yeah, except I didn't really trust that level, I guess. And I wanted it to come down more to like L3. I'm not sure why I didn't trust that one too much, but I just subconsciously didn't trust that, which I don't know. It would have worked out, but did not take that. So market opens up, and it comes up to 6606, and my level starts at 6610. I'm looking for shorts all the way up to 6619 or 6626 at value area low. It was 4 points away from the minimum of my level here, and then it starts selling off. And I get kind of a FOMO, I guess, or it already sold off though, so it goes up to 6606, and then it's already going up. There were some confirmations here at with a 1 minute delta divergence. POC was at the top here, formed a little shooting star candle. It even came back up, and then selling imbalances came in and formed like a little, I think there was a little P shape there. But there was this little bulge here that came up, retested, and then rejected off of. So I was thinking about going short, but I ended up not going short because I was mostly trying to short starting from 6610, so it was a little bit off my level. I was waiting for it to break highs. I didn't really see confirmations that were just popping out at me. And also there was 6:45 news, so I didn't really want to enter a position before that, but it didn't really matter anyways because it tanked to my target even before that. So there's a 2 minute delta divergence now. There's a little bit of a P shape here. I thought about even entering here, but again, it's not quite at my level, so I didn't want to take it. And then it tanks, and it completely comes down to my target. So I would enter it somewhere over here, 95 maybe, and win a 15-point nice winner there, and I would have been done. But it hit my target, and I acknowledged that it hit my target, but as it came back up, I was looking for continuation down into L3. I'm not sure why I just completely ignored this level here, but I did. And I was saying that it hit my target, so should I even be shorting, but I ended up trying that out. So it comes back up, forms a little P shape there, forms a delta divergence on the 20R, 20 range chart. And then also, it was on the verge of making a CVD hidden divergence here. I don't know if it ends up that way, but Yeah, it doesn't. So yeah, so it works out a little bit. I wanted to break the lows, but it never breaks the lows here. It got to almost 2R, so it got to 1.85R. So I didn't put my stop at break even, but even if it did hit 2R, I probably wouldn't have put my stop at break even because I was looking for a retest and then a pullback and then a continuation lower. So I thought it looked good at this point, but guess it wasn't good enough as it never broke the lows here. And I guess it got to the lows, and then it rallied up to stop me out. So I get stopped out here, and now I'm looking to short again. The thing I should have done was look for longs here instead of trying to short. So because that was my high volume node, lower ledge level, I could have looked for longs here, but honestly I didn't really see anything good for longs here. There were two bearish delta divergences there. It was bearish on the CVD also. There was a hidden divergence there, so I thought it was bearish signals all the way, nothing really signifying longs here. So I guess that plan would have worked out all the way up to the upper ledge of that high volume node, but I just didn't find good confirmations on entry. So yeah, there's that. But I was looking for shorts all the way up here, all the way through. I was looking to continue the downtrend here, which started from pre-market here. But yeah, even when it hit the ledge, so I was very, very hesitant on shorting in this area because it already rejected off of here, hit my target, which is the lower portion of the ledge, or the high volume node, and then came back up. So I didn't want to short it again. Well, I was very hesitant on shorting it again. But here, I thought I missed this trade. I was going to enter, but it was like a 10-point stop, and I was like, I don't know if it's worth it. And I hesitated really hard on it. And then it came down, but then 92, 65, 92 or so, 91 got supported very, very, very heavily. And then it would come down, and come down again about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it tests this 92 area, and then it goes up. So even at this point, it was a high volume 3-minute shooting star, and I was thinking about shorting, but I just didn't like that. I didn't want it to bounce there again. So I was waiting, and then it eventually broke through and broke the highs. But yeah, I was really contemplating shorts over here this whole time, and good thing I didn't enter because that wouldn't have worked out. But yeah, I hesitated very, very hard on that. And then here there was some news about the war, and so it rallies higher and falls. It was crazy at this point. But then it forms a P shape there, so I don't think it was even that one. There's a big rally up. Yeah, so news comes out, I guess around 7:50. And then a huge delta divergence, so I'm kind of intrigued here. But it doesn't end up as a delta divergence here. It comes back up. There is a little bit of a P shape here, but again, it forms another delta divergence here, another P shape here, and starts coming back down. But I couldn't really find a place to enter. But as it retests here, there is a 20 range delta divergence there, and also there is a 1-minute huge high volume huge shooting star. And then on the retest here, it comes up, delta breaks the highs, but price does not. And then as the CVD hidden divergence there is forming, I see a P shape again here, exactly where the previous one was, with POC at the highs. And then it starts rejecting, and I think this also ends up, yeah. So this 20 range candle ends up as a delta divergence bearish. So I enter with one contract stop right above here at 32.5, and I really like this P shape on the retest of this other P shape. Yeah, I thought it was very good confirmations, especially the one I really like, one of my favorite confirmations here. delta breaking highs while price isn't. So I gave it a shot here at value very low because it wasn't my plan, although it was very volatile. And it kind of hung out here for a bit. It was a decent stop too. It was about 5 points, so I didn't really care that much. I thought it was a good chance, good shot. 3R is about 66.09 or so. But I was targeting VWAP, and I had this trend line drawn out, this uptrend line, so I was targeting that area. So VWAP and that trend line area was very, very, I thought it was a good target. And this happened super quick. I mean, I think within 5 seconds it dropped like 20 points here. Yeah, so it drops 66.09 or 06 is my target, and it just hits my target, and that's it. And then immediately after that, it rallies up again, and then yeah, and then it seems like it's been rallying ever since. So technically, my thesis did not work out. I mean, I guess it worked out a little bit there. It reached the lower ledge of the high volume node. It also rallied from this lower ledge, so that long thesis worked out. But my short thesis over here, which was kind of my main thesis, did not work out at all. I think I just kind of got lucky on this little drop there, and then it rallied immediately afterwards. So thesis was not the best, but it still worked out.